Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Now, after almost a month of introducing food-related or cuisine or cooking-related characters, I'm finalizing, wrapping up the whole month of efforts to display a little bit of food culture with a few expressions. 粗茶淡饭. Okay, it's one of commonly heard Chinese expression. And actually, in today's healthy eating dynamics, that 粗茶淡饭 was rediscovered as the better way to eat. So instead of overeating, undereating probably is healthier. That's related to kind of intermittent fasting and all that, right? So Chinese use 粗茶淡饭, cha and 饭 and use the adjective 粗 and 淡 to go with it. So, okay, 粗, coarse. Even if I translate it as coarse, it basically means it's not refined. It's not finely cut. So it could be still bite size, but it's not as finely cut. So coarse in that sense of it's a bigger grain. And we use that to describe tea. So apparently tea can be sifted into finer grade, which probably is appreciated more because then you are less likely to bite onto something. I guess malta is one of the example of finely grained fine tea ground. But 粗茶 is the opposite of that. It's probably tea leaves that's pretty still sizable and that's appreciated. It's almost like a less food processing, keep its original size even, because cha is tea leaf, right? It's not that big. And so when tea leaves got dried up, it's going to curl up, right? And that's the course. Cha, it's in its original form, basically. And 粗 is expressed by the rice symbol or the grain, which we use the quarter sign to classify different grains. And this little dots, 4 of them, one in each of the quarter, are representing different grade level of rice. The right side of this arch, big arch thing, standing on the ground level, have 2 horizontal lines, was said to be the type of a plant or grass that animals would eat. So it's distinguished from human edible vegetables. So this is also plant-based because it's growing from the ground. But as you can see, it's thicker. It's not so human friendly. It's probably more appropriate for animals, for, I don't know, goat or cows or horses. They can chew on such highly density, fibrous vegetables. So that paired with rice almost give you the sense of these are pretty coarse, bigger grained, not refined, type of hard to chew on type of food. Okay, cha, we talked about it yesterday, is the plant symbol with the gathering of the plant. So gathering, we have this triangle shape, the 3 sides. It's an open corner triangle. Okay, that means gathering. And then we have the 2 hand symbol, the thumb and opposing forefingers depicted by these 2 lines. And then we have this elongated plant that are mid-course corrected myself to mean the plant. So you have your hand picking on the plant and then you're going to gather that. So that's basically depicting hunter-gatherer, the gatherer's job, which is to gather plants together. And that originally was related to the bitter taste plant. Because I guess before we have the contemporary agriculture that you intentionally grow plants such as bok choy, right? Or chives or whatever vegetables that we commonly shoppable in supermarkets nowadays. Before you could do that, it's gathered plants, and that plants may not be grown to the taste of humans, right? So they are more likely to be bitter. So bitter with plant symbol eventually was used on tea because I guess through time, other type of vegetables got more like agriculturally selected, curated, become more like appealing to human palates. It become less and less bitter. But the tea is one of the things that we drink, but it retain the bitterness. And so bitter plant then stick with the tea. Okay. Then we have water symbol. We have two fires. So you can view it as boiling water. So you just boil cook something without adding any flavor. So that's bland. That's how bland naturally tastes, right? You just boiled food. And right, the meal, 饭. So 粗茶淡饭, this 饭 is okay, again, the gathering triangle, right? Open corner triangle. And then we have the rice symbol, which is actually frequent rice. So it looks like a grain with one horizontal line. Okay, we have the sphere with one horizontal line. That's the sun symbol. But we can see the sun or the world from a grain of rice as well, because the grain of rice came from absorbing the sun energy, right? And that's an edible sun energy, like edible sun encapsulated in that grain, right? So Chinese recognize that, almost share the same thing, except it got this one bird line coming on top of it that kind of show you the flavor going out, this aroma coming from well-cooked rice. And then we have this shuffle thing or stand. You can either view it as a stand or a shuffle. It's either a utensil or a container or stand for the food preservation for you to enjoy. So on the left side, it's 食, that is eating something already, the act of eating, because either the grain itself gathered for you to eat, or people, the household gathered around food to eat together. So that on the left side is already eating. Now the right side means reverse. Okay, reverse is made of three-finger hand symbol with the top left corner, which means high ground. So when the hand is reaching toward the top ground, that means the hand has nowhere to go. The hand has to turn back. So that's how Chinese construct the sense of a reverse. And now reverse paired with eating. Reverse eating means things being eaten, which is food, which is meal. Okay, I'm very impressed by the ancient Chinese logic making. So all that icons, just by not saying, no sound, no explanation, just visuals, such a simple lines, a few strokes to create such rich meaning. Reverse eating means eaten. It's food being eaten. So that's our meal concept. 粗茶淡饭 means not much flavor. You just boil your meal and then you don't refine your tea. You just drink the coarse one. So basically, less food processing, less food flavoring can bring better health to you. I guess it's still very relevant to today. So I translated simple food. It's nothing fancy. It's the simplest form of food. So, and I guess the argument of that is eat food as is, as whole food, as natural format as possible, less processing, give you better nutrition as the way it is in nature. So that's Chinese depiction of our ideal meal. 粗茶淡饭, simple food. Thank you for your time.